Okay, this is a book review of the Harvard Business Review's book on leadership. This book contains 10 essays about different aspects of leadership. The first one is about the trust triangle. According to the author of this particular essay, it's the first one in this book, she talks about how three aspects are fundamental to good leadership. The first being authenticity. So this is the idea that people need to believe you're being real, you're being true to yourself, you're not a fake, you have a personality and you're being true to yourself and you believe in what you say and you're being genuine. This is authenticity. A second aspect is empathy. So in order to lead people, in order to be a good leader, it's important for people to understand or believe that you have their interests at heart, that you genuinely care about them as people, as individuals, and in particular that they're going to benefit, they're going to succeed. This is essential for people to trust what you're saying and where you want to take people, where you want the organisation to go, what it is you're trying to achieve. People need to believe that they are stakeholders, they're shareholders, they're going to benefit, and the leader wants to see everyone win. The opposite of this would be a kind of selfish leader, where people don't really believe in the leader. They may pay lip service or they may pretend to like the leader, but it's difficult to establish trust without empathy. And the third aspect is logic. According to the author, people need to see logical consistency, they need to see rationality, they need to believe in what the person is saying and that what the person is saying makes sense. It's clearly explained, there's a point to it, there's a purpose to it, it's reasonable. And so she argues that leadership breaks down and organisations can fail, they can underperform, they can experience crises within, they can be going through highly political situations if any of these three aspects break down. So the triangle is authenticity, empathy, and logic. And so that was a really interesting take from the book, the idea that one needs to be strong in all three areas to be effective in leadership. Another really interesting aspect I took from the book is that management is different from leadership. And this is the second essay of the book. If you remember, it's 10 must-reads. So there's 10 essays written by professors, CEOs, people with experience in leadership, and Harvard Business Review have chosen 10 of these essays to go into this book to help the reader learn about specific aspects. And the specific aspect of the second one is about the transition from management to leadership. And the book talks about how the transition is somewhat comparable to going from a bricklayer to an architect, a warrior to a diplomat. Somebody who goes from being a tactician to a strategizer, to being able to fix short-term problems, quick fixes, to being able to map and plot a bigger journey, a bigger plan, a larger blueprint, and some of the skills and approaches necessary in order to get the most out of people. Another criticism of that can be found in the book is that when leaders try to interfere too much in the machinery, in the nitty-gritty, in the small details of an organisation, rather than relying upon people who are closer to the actual aspect of an organisation and the complexities of it. The book talks about how, rather than micromanaging every aspect, it's important to set up a system, and in particular a culture. There's one essay in this book which focuses on the importance of establishing a culture with certain values, certain principles, and this can take a long time and is only really built up over a long period of time. But once it's set, then this can greatly influence the organisation as a whole and the individuals within it. Thinking about incentives, thinking about how people with diverse experiences and backgrounds can be brought together to share the richness of the diversity that they bring to the table, such that you can create synergy within teams, within groups, within different parts of an organisation. And the book talks about how it's the role of leadership to ensure that all these different roles are coordinated, and good quality stuff that they do is synergistic. So people are building on each other's strengths, they're minimising the weaknesses of other people, so that as a whole the organisation is stronger. Talks about specific aspects like making sure that everyone feels included. Sir Alex Ferguson famously used to walk around Old Trafford and know everyone's name, their first name, including the people at the desks, the cleaners, the janitor perhaps, making sure that everyone feels a part of the organisation and is motivated, is interested in seeing it succeed and trying to bring people on board. The book is quite interesting because it talks about how some things can thwart and inhibit and disrupt good leadership, including favouritism and people not feeling like the system is fair, the system rewards merit and rewards success in various ways that can be measured. And of course, what is successful for a particular organisation might be completely different for another organisation, because every company is different, every market is different, the environment is constantly changing. One aspect of the book is that good leaders recognise that the world is dynamic and we are in a constant state of change, and we need to accept change, we need to adapt, we need to constantly have an antennae to seeing how things are evolving, and good leaders encourage growth mindsets. That is to say, people within it are encouraged to constantly improve, constantly get better at what they do, seek new information, new ways of doing things, try new methods, never be afraid to fail. This is a particular aspect of the book, that growth mindset. He talks about Elon Musk's leadership of Tesla and how his particular style very much encourages creativity and innovation, and rewards individuals for continuing to learn and improve to the betterment of the organisation. So this was a good read. It was an interesting read. It didn't take too long. It took around a week to get through it, and what's nice is that the book is divided, broken up into 10 readable chunks that can be digested, thought about and applied. It's not a huge bulk of text that requires, 3 or 4 days out to really appreciate it and think about it. There's key lessons, little nuggets, as it were, which are more readily digestible and applicable in the real world. So, good book. I intend to make some more videos about leadership material, leadership books. It's an interesting area and one that helps us to bring value to the lives of others all of the time. And whatever we happen to do, it always involves people, and working well with people is key, is a crucial attribute to success in life. So, very good book. Do check it out. Thanks for watching.